Vendredi, le 11 décembre 2020. Encore une fois, l'information nous transporte en Ontario. Aujourd'hui, c'est Doug Ford, le premier ministre de l'Ontario, qui critique le gouvernement Trudeau sur leur vue sur le plan de carbone, la taxe carbone et tout ce qui va s'en suivre. Moi, mon point de vue là-dessus, c'est que c'est un gros scam qui va permettre aux grands pollueurs de pouvoir acheter des coupons rabais et polluer davantage. Et c'est à nous que la facture va être refilée. Une autre preuve qu'il y a un plan qui se dessine devant nos yeux de la part des mondialistes de prendre le contrôle de tout. Ils vont mettre les économies à terre, le monde à terre financièrement, pour après arriver en sauveur avec le grand reset puis le nouvel ordre mondial. Il est temps que les gens allument, comprennent ce qui se passe dans leur monde, dans leur économie. Écoutez ce qu'il a à dire, ce gars-là.
Well, you know something? I'm going to separate this from the prime minister versus the people. I just can't understand for the life of me why anyone would want to put a burden on the backs of the hardworking people of this province. Folks, this carbon tax is going to be the worst thing you could ever see. It's going to increase the cost of your groceries. It's going to increase the cost of traveling. It's going to increase every good and service you have out there. But not only that, if I were to tell you right now that you're going out tomorrow and you're going to pay 30 cents more a liter on gas, you'd be floored. But it's not tomorrow. It's going to be in 1 year, 2022. You will be paying over 27.6 cents a liter. So the average price, what is it, $1.02? It fluctuates. We saw it a little below $1. Imagine increasing that cost to all the truckers out there, to all the food distributors, and you are going to be holding the burden for what? We can protect the environment. I'm a strong believer of protecting the environment, but you don't have to protect the environment on the backs of the hardworking people of this province and this country at a time that people are barely holding on by their fingernails, and you want to throw a 30% cost of living increase onto the backs of the people that are working, and be it in the factories or the offices. I was floored when I heard this. A matter of fact, I couldn't believe it. I had to double check. And I just don't understand for the life of me why you want us to be uncompetitive when all provinces, we're competing for jobs up here. We're doing everything we can to create an environment for a company and people to thrive and prosper and grow. And all of a sudden, a sledgehammer comes and hits you over the head and says, now you aren't going to be competitive because the federal government's going to make sure we aren't competitive. How can you square that with people's lives? They are hurting. They are hurting so badly right now. The calls I get every day. We worry about shutting down the economy because of COVID to save lives. When we get through this, we're lucky to have jobs. How can I go out and sell Ontario as a competitive environment when we have everyone in the world clamoring at getting jobs and attracting companies? And we've done a phenomenal job at doing this. And all of a sudden, they tie both my hands behind my back and try to encourage companies to employ people. And by the way, you're paying 30% more for everything, not just gas, food, cosmetics, services, restaurants. You want to see restaurants hurt? You want to see small businesses hurt? You slap 30% tax on them. And make no mistake about this is nothing but a 30% tax grab. I've never, ever been more disappointed in an announcement ever since I've been in politics. This I just cannot understand for the life of me. And when you see 13 premiers of all different political stripes, from NDP, Liberal, Conservative, all banding together and sticking together on this, two things that are important to people in life. Their health is number one, and having a job to take care of their family and put food on the table is the second one. And we can't sustain the spending that we're doing in healthcare by ourselves. The feds are putting in 22%, and all the rest of the provinces are picking up the balance. How? We just can't sustain it. You want to talk about backlog surgeries? And when we don't have the money, and then they want to put money into something that's not going to save lives or it's going to hurt the economy. I just can't figure it out for the life of me. And the average person sitting at home listening to me, I don't know how they're figuring it out. So we're in desperate, desperate need. All the premiers were begging and pleading, please just come up with a compromise. We're willing to work with you. And it gets shut down. And then we get this announcement today. So you refuse taking care of health care. And then to make it worse, I'm going to put everyone out of work. This is not, folks, I can tell you, this is not political. I don't care if someone's a conservative, liberal, NDP, green, purple, pink party. I don't care. But when it hurts people and hurts people's health care, and the minister's up all night working around the clock with all the docs and the nurses, and then I'm going to tell the docs, oh, by the way, we have no more money for you. And by the way, hospitals, you have to reduce surgeries because we just can't sustain it financially. But the federal government wants to put $15 billion, and God bless the environment. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very important. But the folks at home, you tell me, is your health and well-being of your loved ones and yourself and your job and the economy more important than $15 billion on some green scam or whatever the heck it is? No, it's not. We can all be environmentally friendly. We can all, try to reduce emissions, which we are. I don't know a person out there, I don't care what political stripe you're from, that doesn't want to protect the environment. But when we have no economy and we start health, you want to talk about a health crisis. You're going to see a health crisis like you've never seen before across the country. And we need the support of the federal government. We can't sustain it. I'm telling you, we just can't sustain the spending.
Excellente déclaration de Doug Ford là, qui met le bon sens en avant du parti politique ou bien des idées politiques. Doug Ford est bien au fait de ce que c'est ce taxe carbone-là et tout ce plan-là. Il n'y a pas de coïncidence dans la vie. Ça, avec le grand reset, ça a tout un lien, ça. Quand tu essaies de passer tes idées dans des périodes de crise extrême comme on vit là, ça démontre toujours beaucoup de malhonnêteté, puis il va y avoir des coups fourrés par en dessous. L'environnement, là, c'est important, mais présentement, ce qui arrive, c'est que c'est utilisé à des fins pécuniaires par l'élite mondialiste qui cherche à faire tomber les économies puis les peuples. Présentement, il y a une guerre contre les peuples, puis les autres, c'est leur manière de nous attaquer. C'est ces choses-là, ils font ça comme ça. Commencez à ouvrir vos horizons, à aller voir ailleurs qu'à TV. Des fois, c'est juste une minute d'un reportage qui vous fait allumer sur quelque chose, d'événements douteux ou bizarres à vos yeux que vous ne compreniez pas. Pourquoi ils prenaient ces directions-là, ces chemins-là, pourquoi on nous imposait telle affaire. Ça faisait aucun sens dans votre tête. C'est juste d'interpréter différemment ce qu'on voit, là. Présentement, là, ce qu'on vient de voir, Doug Ford, lui, pour les gens comme moi qui comprennent le système dans lequel on est plongé, là, ça confirme bien les affaires. C'est important de se tenir au courant, puis ça, là, cet extrait de nouvelle-là, je suis pas mal sûr que les médias québécois l'ont pas montré, puis que vous avez jamais entendu parler de ce qu'il vient de dire, là.